It's almost like those skin powders with this cute little Hocus Pocus palette. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the Gather Round Sisters palette by ColourPop, or the Hocus Pocus collection. I was on the fence a couple different times of to get this palette or to not get this palette, and I felt like it was very different depending on the pictures that you looked at, what the colors really looked like. I was disappointed at first with this palette, but overall, I think that they did a really good job on this palette. This is what it looks like. There's no mirror. It just has the little Sanderson sisters on the top there. And honestly, with swatching this and having it in my hand, this is a perfect fall palette in my opinion, because it has, you know, your burgundy, purple, and your green, a little bit of like a nude orangey kind of color, but there's mostly neutral colors. It's not too bright, not too vibrant, so I think a lot of people can benefit using this. This is what the front of the palette looks like. I think it looks so cute, and then it has the little eyeshadow names on the back right there, and also on the palette, which I like. I don't really need a mirror in my palette, so I'm not upset about that. And then I also wanted to show you guys in the packaging right here, cute little doodles of some of the like witches things. I thought that was super cute. And I also decided to pick up two of the eyelashes. I picked up the Clever Witch and the Flirty Witch. I love eyelashes that are in this kind of packaging like this, and I also thought these were pretty wearable. The Clever Witch, I know they're kind of hard to see with the light, and then these are a little bit more on the dramatic side, to say the least. These are the Flirty Witches, but I love eyelashes that come in these types of containers, because I feel like I'm always really terrible at letting you guys know what eyelashes I have, because some of the eyelashes I have are just in a plastic container like this, because I get tired of opening like the cardboard boxes. I know I'm on a total side rant, but like I love the Crave lashes, but I don't like opening the boxes and like putting them in there and then they get stuck on the thing. So I love the opening container. But these are $9 each, and the Hocus Pocus palette is $22. I don't believe I'm going to be doing 3 looks with this palette. We'll see, but I do want to do 2 different looks on my eye. One on one eye, one on the other eye. So we're going to try this out, see what you guys think of these kind of videos where I do 2 different eye looks. And I can also try out the different eyelashes on for you guys to show you, to get a little more in-depth review. Now, I don't normally try ColourPop products. I'm not a really big, what am I trying to say? I'm not on top of ColourPop releases is what I'm trying to say. I literally have only tried 1 palette in the last like 2 years of ColourPop, and that was it was like a breakfast something palette collab with Zoe. I don't remember what exactly it's called, but that was the last palette I tried from ColourPop, and I really did not like it all that much. So hopefully I'm gonna really like this palette. But now let's get into the swatches, because I feel like the swatches are really hard for me to judge this palette. There was one swatch that I thought made the palette look terrible, and I was like, oh no, I don't want that. And then there was another person that did swatches, and I was like, oh, I really like the way that looks. So I feel like the swatches are very back and forth for me on the palette, but I'm gonna go through my swatches. I just swatched it from the top row across, this row across, and I started off at the bottom of my elbow working up to my wrist. I did run out of a little bit of space, so it went a little crooked, but here we go. We have Full Moon, Hello Salem, Brew Potion, On Toes, Coven, Come Little Children, Tisperm, Thackleberry Banks, Yabos, I Call It a Bus, Wench, Night of Furlick, Dead Man's Toe, Bewitched, Goodbye, Cruel World. If I mispronounce these, I'm sorry. I literally watched the movie yesterday. My boyfriend has never seen Hocus Pocus before, and I was like, and I also picked up the cookies, Hocus and Pocus, that have the same little design. I can't remember where I got them. I think it was like Target, but I was like, I have cookie dough and I have a palette Hocus Pocus, so we gotta watch it. Definitely love the palette, swatched out, love it in person. Hopefully I'm gonna love this formula on my eyes. I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer, and then I'm gonna zoom you guys in for the 2 different looks, and let's see what I think about this. All right, getting into this first look with the Hocus Pocus palette. I'm gonna be starting off with the green shade Bewitched. Now, if you guys know me at all, you guys know I live green shades so much. So I am super excited to use this green. I can't resist myself a lot of the times when I use green eyeshadows, or if there's a green eyeshadow in a palette, most likely I'm leaning towards that green. I'm just gonna be pretty sloppy, putting it in my outer corner, also putting it in my crease. I want the green to really pop through with this lens. So this shade is a lot deeper than what I was thinking it was gonna be like. On my eyes, it came off a lot darker, which I'm not mad about because fall, this looks bomb. I take the Fenty Beauty eyeliner in Bank Tank, and I'm gonna put this on my waterline. Oh yeah, I love green eyeshadow look so much. That same green shade under my lower lash line. Pack that Bewitched shade on my outer corner. I want it pretty pigmented out here. So with these ColourPop shades, they don't blend that easy. I definitely have shades that blend easier than this, or formulas I should say, but I mean, it's not impossible. It just takes a little bit more work. And then I'm gonna take a teeny little bit of, I call it a bust, which is a black with pretty much the Sanderson sisters colors in some like glitter. So like there's gold, orange, purpley, green kind of mixed up in here. And I'm gonna take it on a small little blending brush, and I'm gonna use this to just deepen up my crease here. Not doing anything too crazy. Actually, I'm pretty surprised. I wasn't really thinking that the shimmers from this shadow, because it's matte with the shimmers in it, I didn't really think it was gonna show up all that much, but it is, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised by that. And then I'm taking the same shade, that kind of black shade, and I'm just gonna put it right on my outer corner lower lash line. And going back in with Bewitched and just blend in. Now I'm gonna take Yabos, that green shimmer shade. Judging by the formula when I swatched it and my pass with ColourPop, I'm gonna wet the eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna put this shade right on the edge of the matte, kind of just like in the center of my lid. And then going back in with Bewitched and kind of blending the shimmer. And then, not really sure how to pronounce this, but the kind of more burgundy shimmer. Gonna wet this as well. And I'm gonna put this one all over my lid. I think that would be a really pretty fall look. That shade did have a bit of fallout underneath my eyes, so just gonna dust that away. And this eye look is pretty much done on this side, so now let's move on to the other eye. So I'm gonna be going a little bit more on the neutral side for this eye. So I'm first gonna take Hello Salem, which is pretty much the lightest matte in this palette. And just putting this one all in my crease as a transition. This one's really softly pressed, has a little bit more kickback than the other shades I've used. Now I'm gonna take the shade on Toast, that one, and I'm gonna blend this all over my lid. I am gonna cut my crease for this one, so I'm not too worried about being precise with this. I love this shade. This is a really good nude brown that's like a little bit more on the orangey side. It's not completely orange, but it has that hint of orangeness in it, which is my favorite kind of nude shades. And then taking that same shade and putting it on my lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna take the shade Night of Frolic, I don't know how to say that shade, but the burgundy shade. I'm gonna put this right in my crease here. Want a little bit of a peekaboo of that burgundy. Oh, I like how this shade is turning up. Then going back in with On Toast and blending out that burgundy shade. Lots of blending with these two looks. And then I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty eyeliner again. This is She a Problem. That's pretty much it. I'm just gonna take a little bit of eyeshadow primer and I'm just gonna go and redefine my crease. Not really my crease, I guess my whole lid. Next, I'm gonna take the purple shimmer, not really sure how to pronounce that word either. And I'm gonna put this on my outer corner and then kind of angling it against my lash line. Next, I'm gonna take Brew Potion, and this one seems to be a little bit of a different formula, so I'm just gonna take, well, I don't know, should I take a dry or wet? It looks like it's gonna have a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna wet it to be safe. And putting this shade all over my lid. I think I'm gonna get a little bit of a smaller eyeshadow brush. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that first shimmer, the kind of purpley one, and just touching up the edges. And then I'm gonna take Full Moon as my inner corner highlight for both of these. Oh, that's a pretty shade. So now I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna use the Flirty Witch on the green side and the Clever Witch on this side, and I'm gonna go off camera and trim these and apply them. All right, guys, and this is the two little eye looks. This eyelash, the inner corner, just does not want to stick on my eye, but these are some very different eyelashes, and they are super long, by the way. So if you have like smaller eyes like I do, I cut off a hefty amount of the eyelashes just to let you guys know. Like, this is the whole bit that I cut off of this eyelash, and about the same for the other eyelash. So if you have big eyes and you find that eyelashes are like small for you, these eyelashes are really good. If you have small eyelashes, small eyes, you're gonna have to cut a lot of these off. Which I honestly I probably could have gotten away with cutting these into smaller sections. I don't know why these are having a little bit trouble sticking down, but this eye, these are very natural, very natural. Not a lot of length. This is something that I would definitely use for an everyday basis for my eye shape, though I feel like my actual eyelashes are pretty much the same length as these eyelashes. These are the Clever Witch ones, and then these are the Flirty Witch. These are definitely in charge. They're in charge. And longer, fluffier. They have a little bit more of that like swooped out longer on the side, which I do like for this particular eye look. But you guys let me know which eye was your favorite. I know I'm not very photogenic on this eye, but I do like both of the little color stories that I came up with, and I think I'm gonna really like this palette for fall, judging by these two looks. So yeah, this palette was definitely a hit for me. I'm really excited to use this palette some more. I think all of the colors go well with my personality. I'm excited to use some more of these shades that are the mattes with the shimmers in them, because the inner corner shade and that dark blackish kind of shade did show up pretty well on my eyes with like, it's almost like those those facial powders that have that like little bit of like iridescence to them is how it's coming up on my eyes, on my inner corner, and in my crease. But yeah, let me know if you guys picked up this palette. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're a fan of Hocus Pocus, which eye was your favorite. And we are officially in October, and I have some videos planned out, and I'm gonna be back on schedule. Oh man, the last couple of weeks have been up and down for me, but finally I'm making a really strong effort into getting ahead of my videos and making this whole month with getting back on my schedule. Thank you, Lord. So I apologize to everyone. It's like, what the heck is going on all over the place? But yes, finally getting on schedule, having some Halloween videos for you guys, and this is just kicking it off with this cute little Hocus Pocus palette. So if you guys missed my last video, I'll have that video right over here for you guys. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here. Click on it and subscribe to my channel.